Welcome to Island Wings on Southside Boulevard for another season of Shark Bites. I'm Catherine Ritter, formerly Cavallo. I got married in December, and I'm going to be your host all season long. Coach, you've had a crazy off season. What has it been like for the past couple of months for you?
Not as crazy as it's been the last couple of days with training camp and players, but it's been a lot of fun, a lot of expectations. Season's right around the corner, and here we are back at Island Wings having a great dinner and enjoying the atmosphere.
Now, we made some major moves this offseason, and we created the first ever Jacksonville Sharks practice facility. And I have to tell you, Coach, when I saw it for the first time, my jaw dropped to the ground. It is absolutely beautiful. How did the practice facility come about, and what did the process of building it look like?
I can't give the long version, but we had a turf in storage that we weren't using, and I was looking for plots of land all over Jacksonville. And I think I spent about 2 or 3 months literally looking at Google Earth and just saying, "Yep, there's a plot of land. There's a plot of land." And then I would jump in my car and say, "I'll be right back." And I would drive out there, and 9 times out of 10, it wouldn't work. And I just happened to see a plot of land, and I didn't know it was on JU's campus.
Oh, really?
And I drove out there, and on my way out, a Bambi Brundage saw my truck and waved me down. And she had gotten an email from me, and we just started talking, and the next thing you know, I cheated and did a chat GPT mock-up of what it would look like, showed it to the school, and the rest is history.
It looks so good. It is amazing. Great things are going to come on that field this season. Now, we also just announced that HCA Florida is going to be our first ever helmet sponsor. We brought the CEOs out to our field. They got to see it. They got to see the players in action. What does this partnership with HCA mean to the Sharks?
They're just great partners. They take care of all our players, all the surgeries. You know, Kenny broke his ankle last year, and they all did the surgeries up there. And I know Kenny's in here somewhere. They fed him up with ice cream every time I went to the hospital. All the nurses loved him. So great partnership. And I got the idea off of Major League Baseball when they had Strauss on the helmets. And I said, nobody in football's ever done this before.
No.
Why not? And so, again, trying to set the trend, and it worked out, and good partners.
Oh, they are wonderful. I went and visited them today at the Memorial Campus on University Boulevard, and you walk in the door and the Sharks are everywhere.
Everywhere.
You cannot walk down a hallway without seeing our logo, and it's just so exciting to have a partner in the community with such a presence like HCA, just our #1 supporters.
Absolutely. I love Odette and everybody down there. So.
And we are, of course, right in the heart of training camp. What does the team look like so far?
You know, I don't never want to jinx myself, but man, these are really good players. They're really, really good players from some major. They've got major football backgrounds. Of course, we got 1 or 2 guys, or maybe 3 guys that we brought back from last year to set the tone. And I can't wait till Saturday. It's just I'm counting the days. I'm trying not to look past anything, but it's going to be an exciting year, and then we get ready to, we got 2 on the road in Arizona and Vegas, and then we get a chance to come home against that team from down south.
Now, we have to talk about our returning players. We have Jimmy Robinson, John Huggins, Chris Rice, Marquell Wade, so many others. What are you hoping that these veterans teach these younger players?
Well, I mean, those are really good football players, but they're even better people and better leaders. And when I looked at what I wanted to start the team with, we lead the indoor football league in first-year players for the league. But I knew we had to have a solid base with those guys that represent me, represent my coaching staff, represent the city. And I knew if we could get a base of that type of player, that the rest would fall in line. And then you're going to talk to Anthony Tanza. Then we said, okay, we're going to surround those guys with just incredible athletes. And a lot of those guys are here tonight. And you're going to see it on the field. We see it every day. I'm I'm all kind of dressed down today because the defense just kicked our butts today in practice, so I'm still kind of ticked.
That's good. When your defense is that good that it actually makes your offense work.
Makes you better.
It makes you better. You get to compete every day.
Yeah.
What is the goal for this team?
It's to win the championship. That's all you do in Jacksonville. It's win a championship or nothing. You know, we've got 4 of them. We got to get 5. And, you know, when you think of the fan base here in this area, it's so sports driven, and it's such a tight-knit community when it comes to winners. And it's really, you don't accept anything else. And the Sharks lead the way with that. And that's what the ownership expects. That's what I expect.
We'll be back with Coach at the end of the show.
Hey Shark Nation, if you're a local business owner, we want to turn our fans into your newest customers. I have an offer for you. George Partnerships are a great way to get your company, name and information in front of all our fans in the Shark Tank. We are also going to reward you with a year-round digital advertising on our website and provide you with a promotional table for your business at each Sharks game. Plus, you'll receive season tickets for your business to provide to your family, staff, employees, even potential clients. If you want to become a Jaws partner this season, call 904-621-0700 or visit jacksharks.com and fill out the Jaws package request.
Welcome back to Island Wings on Southside Boulevard. I am joined by Director of Player Personnel, Anthony Tanza. Anthony, you are entering your 4th season with the team. It's so crazy to think that me and you started together in 2023 4 years ago.
It's been a long road for sure.
It is. So crazy. But I wanted to ask you, how has your role with the team evolved over the past 4 seasons?
Well, last time I was on, I kind of explained how in 23 I was in operations, doing basically anything you could think of, film, equipment, taking care of anything the players needed. And it kind of just grew over the years, being at FAU and doing personnel there, learning from there. And once Gibson really put his trust into me with the roster, it really kept rolling and rolling to where we are now. So I'm really proud of what's transpired for sure.
I think the number one question that we always get asked is, what is our recruiting process? How do I become a Sharks player? So what is your recruiting process, and what do you look for in a Sharks player?
So originally in the IFL, we look for a really wide talent base, and we try to choose to narrow it down. But really what we look for is those certain athletic traits and abilities that you really can't teach. Not necessarily your technique or coaching in college, but what you can produce. Because luckily what I have with this staff is not necessarily when I watch a player I think of what they are, but what they can be. And I just got to give credit to Coach Clay, Coach Gibson, Coach Ron, and Coach Renfro. Man, that coaching staff really got the boys right and really put me in a position to do what I do. So.
Now, this is a young squad. We have the youngest squad in the IFL. What do you see in these guys?
Well, it's 2 years now. Last year we had the league most with rookies. This year we plan to do the same thing again. And really what we look for is guys that can translate to the next level. A lot of those other leagues look for guys with a playing window and an availability to develop them to the next level. So really what we look for is those special athletic traits that the same leagues are looking for. So as you see this offseason, we've had 7 players signed to CFL or the UFL, which is, again, something I'm greatly proud of, especially for these players earning their way out.
I know, I felt like you just mentioned that, but it felt like every week you were sending me an email that another player moved up to the CFL, and like, yes, that's so exciting, but we're also like, wait, that's our player, like we no longer had them, and you had to keep rebuilding this team over and over and over again. But what did that mean to you as the director of player personnel?
Right. I mean, it's a lot, and it feels great, and really it's just the players that put it all in. They really put the work on the field. They're the ones that shine. I can only do so much, and giving them the opportunity, they're the ones that take it and run with it. So really, if you want to give credit, it's to the players and the coaching staff, like I said.
What kind of identity do you see this young team having this year?
Hungry. As what you saw last year, this team was hungry, and they were physical. You're going to see the same thing this year. We're fast, hungry, physical, and ready to get down to business.
Now, we brought back, Chris Wright, Jimmy Robinson, John Huggins, Shaden Stoshak, all of these really good players from last year. What made you want to return to the roster?
Well, they're just a great core group of guys that really build our culture further. When Coach Gibson really sat in the offseason, and he really wanted that core group, like you said, to really keep the younger guys in check and to foster that culture early on, so that once we do get into the playoffs, we are a family. We're ready to get rolling to the championship.
What is your message to Shark Nation as you enter your fourth season?
Sharks, be ready. We're coming. We're hungry, and hopefully, you're going to see these guys in another league after this season.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.
That's a good message. I love it. Bet.
Shark Reef Field Suites are the most exciting place to watch a sporting event here in Jacksonville. You can't get any closer to the action. Each Reef Suite includes food and drinks and holds up to 8 people. Create memories you'll never forget. Book your Reef Suite today. Call 904-621-0700 to secure your Reef Suite today.
Well, welcome back to Island Wings on Southside Boulevard. I am joined by Sharks Superfan President Brenda Shank. How are you doing tonight?
Okay.
So I want to know, first off, how did you get involved with the Superfans, and how long have you been a Superfan?
We first started this, me and Cheryl Altman, as just going out and feeding the guys snacks once a week at the practice field. And they enjoyed it so much that it slowly evolved into every night, every morning breakfast during training camp and breakfast and taking the guys to dinner. And it's been about 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this now. So
You guys are the best. First off, you make them travel bags. You make sure that they have a family away from home. What do you love most about being a super fan?
getting to know the guys more on a personal level than just watching them on the field. I mean, you know, we still have guys that we started with that are like family to me now. And it's just nice to keep that relationship going and be able to do more for the guys, especially the ones that are a long way from home and they don't have their families with them. And if they need something, we're there for them. And I think it helps the guys along with helping us get to know them better.
Well, why should somebody join the Superfan Club?
We do things to support the guys. If there's somebody that gets hurt, we try to make gift bags to help them out. If they can't travel with the team, we make sure that they have a support system. And the more they get involved, the more things we can do for them. I mean, we've done breakfast for the past 2 weeks. We've had a lunch for them. One of our super fans is fixing dinners for them a couple of nights when they don't have food. We're making sure that they've got plenty of snacks for their travels. So, you know, they'll be ready for that game and get that win. And I mean, it helps us a lot, the more people we have that help with the guys. So
One of my favorite things that you guys do is the adopt a player. And basically, you pick a player and he becomes your adopted family member. Like, you invite him over to your house, you take him out, you show him Jacksonville. What does that program do for all of the super fans?
well, it gets you a lot closer to the guys. I mean, I have 4 of them still that we keep in close contact with. One who's ready to have a second baby any day now.
Shout out to Cam Solomon. We miss you.
And you know, you get to do things with the guys, and the guys get to do things with you instead of just sitting in the motel or sitting in the apartments and not being able to, you know. Sometimes they like to have somebody different than just their fellow players to hang out with. So
What kind of a commitment is being a super fan?
it's not a big commitment. We ask that you help with the donations of the snack bags and you know, when we had the last 2 breakfasts, of course, some of our different people made food, us eggs, of course.
Yes, always.
But you know, brought out food, and then when we did the luncheon and sold the the hot dogs and stuff. And
Thank you so
that-
much for doing that, by the way. The super fans supplied an amazing lunch at our fan party / practice facility unveiling, and it was so delicious. I checked it out. So.
And then after everybody left, we fed the guys all hot dogs that came up, so they had lunch on top of it. So
Amazing.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. And then we last year we didn't get to as much, but the year before we had a good at the end of the year party, and we try to work up to that, and maybe do the players of the week. We haven't figured that one out yet, but we're working on it. So
And how can somebody become a super fan?
they just have to come visit us, sign up, and then you can just either message us on Facebook or show up at one of our events and agree to the terms of the pledge, and that's it.
And what is y'all's Facebook? We're going to insert that right here.
Oh, it's Jack Shark Superfans.
Yes, so make sure to follow them at Jack Shark Superfans to get all information about upcoming events and to sign up. Thanks so much, Brenda.
Thank you.
Shark fans, it's your ticket guy, David Diana. It's time to get your Shark season tickets. Enjoy fast-paced, action-packed, hard-hitting indoor football right here in Jacksonville. Call your ticket team today so we can lock you in for another great year of Jacksonville Sharks football. Enjoy perks, gifts, theme nights, and more by purchasing your Shark season tickets today. Call 904-621-0700. I look forward to seeing you in the Shark Tank this season. Go Sharks!
Welcome back to Island Wings on Southside Boulevard. Coach, we are heading on the road to Northern Arizona for our first away game of the season. Now, we have never played the Wranglers before, but you and the team actually got to watch the Wranglers play last night. What is it going to take to win on Saturday?
It just takes us being us, doing the things we do, flying all over the field. I mean, sometimes it's not about what the other team's doing, it's about what you're doing, and that's what we're going to focus on, is how fast can we play, how physical can we play, and then the scoreboard takes care of itself.
What rookies should the fans be on the lookout for in Nats?
That's not a fair question, because I don't want to pick anybody. We got some great rookies. A guy that stands out on offense is Red Douglas. And there's just everybody on defense is standing out. It's insane. I'm going to go with Larry Elder, DB. So we'll see. I don't know. Clay's right there, too. So between Larry and Clay, I'm excited.
What is your message to the guys as they step foot on the field for the first time?
Enjoy it, but it's football. You block and you tackle. That never changes. And whoever does that the best typically wins football games.
The team is going to be in Northern Arizona on Saturday, but we are going to be right here in Jacksonville at our new watch party location, Players Locker Room on Hendricks Avenue. This place is amazing. It is a sports bar. They are so ready for us to host the watch parties. So make sure to join us this Saturday. Kickoff is at 9 p.m.
It's a late one.
Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. for you guys in Arizona. We can't wait to see you out at the watch party. It's so exciting. You don't get to go to the watch party, but you did get to kind of experience a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, it was cool. We went the other night. Dawn does a really good job and takes care of the players, and the food was outstanding. I'm looking forward to it. The fans are going to have a good time. So I'm just excited that everybody can watch the game and track us as we get ready to try to get back here on April 17th.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Shark Bites. We'll see you right back next week. Go Sharks!
Go Sharks!